Yes, villagers. Today we're going to be talking about how to get more black men into therapy. We got 4 reasons for you. If you want to find out if one of your reasons is one of the 4, you are in the right place. If you're new to this channel, welcome to our village. If you're a returning villager, welcome as well. So, let's get into it. Welcome to Garden of the Mind, where we reduce stress, improve our health and fitness, and improve our financial IQ every episode. We must believe more than we see. Before I start this video, I gotta say that I am not the voice of all black men. I don't think that we are a monolith, and I don't think that there's one voice that can epitomize all of the different experiences of each individual black man across this world. However, these are some of the things that I've heard, and these are ways for us to try to improve the participation of black men in therapy. Tip number 1, destigmatize mental health. At this point, we only talk about mental health if something is wrong with it. So there's a negative connotation in terms of mental health. I think that we have to remove that and talk about mental health in general. Talk about things when they're good and talk about things when they are not good. Most of the times we talk about mental health from the perspective of if a person has a defect or if something is wrong with them. And as long as people are looking at it through that perspective, then they're probably not going to be looking to get help because there's a stigma attached to it. So they don't want to be the person who, quote unquote, had to get help, or the person that something was wrong with. I think that we have to look at mental health, matter of fact, health in general, from the perspective of an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So if we spend some time on the front end, we don't have to do so much work on the back end. Tip number 2, we have to show black men the value of therapy. Currently, I don't think that many black men think that they're going to actually get something from this experience, so they shy away from it. But therapy is a tool, and it's something that can be used either as a weapon or it can be used as a tool to help you to unlock some of the patterns you have not been able to break on your own. So there's certain things that may be happening in your life that may be reoccurring, and you may not even understand why you continue to act in a certain way, knowing that that way is not the best way. Therapy can certainly help you with that. Now, there was a time that I used to weight train. And during that time, when I used to get underneath the bench press, you would always have a person who is spotting you, especially if the weight that you're picking up is going to be heavy weight. Now, this spot is someone who is there to help you and make sure that you don't hurt yourself underneath the weight, and to give you just enough for you to get the weight up by yourself. But they serve as a support system to help you do something that you probably could have done without them, but it sure is better with them. That's how I look at therapy. I look at therapy as a spot, as a person who is helping you to live your life and overcome your own problems, but they are there to support you and provide you with a little assistance if you needed it. Now, most people who weight train usually like to have a spotter, whether they think they need them or not. They know that it's better to have someone and not need them than to need them and not have them. That's the way we have to look at therapy. Tip number 3, we have to normalize therapy. We are communal creatures, meaning that we have to have people around us. The Bible says iron sharpens iron as one man should sharpen another. We as men need the company of other men. It doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter how strong you are, doesn't matter how good you look, no matter what the situation, men need other men around. Now, most of the times we find a way to find our tribe, find that community where we belong. And that can happen in several different places. That can happen on the corner, that can happen on the barbershop. Wherever it happens, it is a place that we know that we can go and most of the time be vulnerable. So we go talk about our issues in these safe spaces. Now, therapy is a lot like that. It gives us an opportunity for us to express ourselves in a safe space where we won't have to worry about this information either coming back to haunt us or showing up in an inconvenient time or with inconvenient people. Therapy gives us an opportunity to talk about our issues for the full 30 minutes without interruption. Most of the times when we talk about things in our safe space, if we're talking about something that is bothering us or something that's very difficult for us to deal with, a lot of our friends will cut us off to show us how much they identify with what it is that we are talking about, that they might stop us from having the opportunity to express exactly what it is that we are feeling. Therapy allows us that opportunity to express what it is that we are feeling in a safe space. Tip number 4. If we want to increase the amount of black men in therapy, we have to go where the black men are. We have to go where they converge. We have to go to places like the barbershops. We have to go to the fraternity meetings. We have to go wherever it is that we know that black men are going to converge. This is only limited by our imagination. If we know that there are going to be black men at a rally, if we know that there are going to be black men at a party, wherever the black men are, we have to go and educate on the benefits of counseling and therapy. Most of the times when we're talking about black men and therapy, it is understandable why there is a certain amount of suspicion. Most of the time when a social worker is involved, there is usually a negative perception that the social worker is there to break up the family, take away people's children, or do some other things that completely goes against the benefit of the black family. Now, I view therapy like the Sankofa bird. The Sankofa bird looks towards its past so that it can look towards its future. In order for us to thoroughly move forward, we have to confront situations in our past that might be keeping us and sabotaging our future. So sometimes the only way for us to go forward is to look back and look at all of the things that have taken place in our lives so that we can, in fact, move forward and not continue to make the same mistakes as we've made. What do you think about therapy? Do you think that more black men need to go to therapy? And if so, what methods do you think would increase that? Please put that in the comments. The village would love that, and so will I. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you want to know when I post, which is Wednesday, my apologies for last Wednesday, please click on that notification so you get that ding on your phone and you know that a new video is waiting for you. And remember, thoughts are actions, words have power, and actions have consequences. I'll see you next Wednesday. I'll see you then.